What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, if you've been keeping up with the plot rumors for Deadpool 3, you know that the cameo reports got way ahead of themselves. So much so that characters that were at the center of some plot leaks early, say like Scarlet Witch, have now been debunked entirely and will not be a part of the film. And it was about at that point when I said I was going to hit the reset button and really only stick to believing the cameos that were confirmed by the actors themselves, like Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, Stefan Kopaczek, the guy who plays Colossus, and etc. Well, we have to focus now on one of the earliest rumors, one I didn't report on at the channel because I had a hard time believing it, in a certain Gambit variant that now apparently has yet another piece of evidence that indeed Channing Tatum will be playing that famous X-Men and during the film. We're going to talk about this latest post to IMDb, what exactly it said, why or why not you should believe something like this, and where it falls sort of on the range of cameos we've heard for X-Men, how it could reveal something else about the plot, something we've heard recently has to do with multiple Wolverine variants as well. We're breaking down the latest and newest piece of evidence that indeed Channing Tatum will be playing Gambit in the upcoming Deadpool 3, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is next month to coincide with Loki's release. Again, all you gotta do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so as I mentioned during the prologue, the Deadpool 3 cameo rumors had gotten so out of control that even the director himself, Sean Levy, in his most recent interview acknowledged them, saying that he had read them all, and if they were all in the film, it'd be the craziest superhero movie of all time, that some are true, and that some were false. And I definitely thought this rumor about Channing Tatum that actually stems all the way back to this summer, one of the very first cameos to be reported, squarely fell in the false category, merely floated out as a loose cameo rumor because obviously Channing Tatum's Gambit movie was canceled over at Fox. The original tweet came from everybody's favorite My Time to Shine Hello, who tweeted out his involvement with the film. Other industry insiders would corroborate this and then indicate he was playing a Gambit variant. They even went as far to say that his cameo was one of the first things shot for the film or extremely early in shooting, so way before the actor strike delayed shooting on Deadpool 3 and way before that outside video of Deadpool and Wolverine fighting on the beach was shot as well. Well, fast forward to yesterday and multiple outlets started to report that a brand new listing on IMDb for the official Deadpool 3 page revealed that Channing Tatum's stunt double had been listed for the crew list on Deadpool 3. He, of course, rumored to be playing Gambit, and to see his stunt double listed there seemingly confirms his cameo in the film. Now, it's important to note, in the past we've had to bring this up because IMDb is, while maybe a little more reliable than say Google searches for a crew and cast, can be accessed by anybody who creates an account, but keep in mind, usually the people who are making these entries are either the stunt doubles themselves or their agents, and sometimes, and in certain cases, for Marvel movies like Avengers 4, one of the guys who worked on the score for the film had his agent enter in Avengers Endgame on the IMDb listing for himself, tagged on Avengers 4 long before they ever announced the title. So as you can imagine, with the thousands of people who are working on these films in tens or hundreds of departments, sometimes they're just going to tag themselves early on bigger projects in IMDb. That's going to create the source of information. So that's what we've got happening here. And now to see Channing Tatum's stunt double show up early on the Deadpool 3 cast list, it definitely makes it feel like the scoop from My Time to Shine Hello is just another notch in their belt, just another thing they've gotten correct. Keep in mind, they're one of the most trusted industry insider sources. They have an amazing track record over the last couple of years. But what I would say about this apparent cameo is not to get too excited in just yet, as I also mentioned during the prologue, and especially with these latest plot rumors, we're hearing that Deadpool is going to be in search of the perfect variant of Wolverine and decide there can be no recasts and stick with Hugh Jackman. Multiple Wolverines means multiple variations of the X-Men, and Deadpool 2 already set a precedent of him including all the X-Men cameos, but it literally just being a background shot, something that could have been shot separate on a green screen. You see them all in a room, they shut a door, no major action sequence, and I have to imagine that with hearing his role and cameo was something that was shot early on in shooting, that's exactly what this might be. They just grabbed him him on a green screen as part of an ensemble so they could serve up fan favorites, things that they've seen in concept art on the internet, exactly like they did or were willing to do with John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic and the Fantastic Four. Kevin Feige obviously very aware of the fan casting, same in this case, and I think it's just an opportunity for Marvel to make good on one of those Easter eggs. Hey, if we're going to show 4 or 5 different variations of the X-Men across the multiverse, why don't we include Channing Tatum as one of those versions of Gambit? It doesn't set them as the Gambit going forward in the MCU. It certainly doesn't mean that's who's going to play Gambit and after the multiverse saga ends. And I know that there will be some of you who will immediately point out, but yes, if he showed up during Deadpool 3, doesn't that sort of make him eligible again to show up for Secret Wars and fight there? And I have to imagine that much in the way John Krasinski showed up as a cameo during Multiverse of Madness, this might also be just expensive cannon fodder. Rather, that's the reason his stunt double would be listed on IMDb, because there might be a stunt of some kind. And again, while I think it's going to be sort of a very short cameo, you can imagine Deadpool and Wolverine, or just Deadpool himself, killing his Gambit would sort of be right in line with what we've already seen from Deadpool in previous cameos. But I don't want to end this video. I think I would be remiss rather in not mentioning something. There is a reason that I did not believe this cameo report, that I did not report on it at the channel when it broke this summer, and the reason that I thought it was fake amongst the 100 that were out there in the first place is because of Channing Tatum's relationship with this character. Basically, Variety confirmed him to be playing Gambit all the way back in May of 2014. So we're approaching a full decade where he watched his movie go from coming out to pushed back to new creatives, new direction, pushed back again, then finally just left in limbo so long it never got made. And he's been extremely transparent himself about how the whole deal traumatized him. And I think there's at least one quote out there where he admits he had to stop watching Marvel movies altogether because he was really tied to it. He really wanted to play Gambit the same way that Ryan Reynolds really wanted to play Deadpool. And so the reason I bring this up now is A, again, to sort of contextualize why I didn't report on this, but B, maybe there's some sort of kindred spirit there where Ryan Reynolds can empathize with how bad Channing Tatum wanted to play this role and then give him the opportunity to do so. Again, in a quick cameo, but at least maybe make a little healing there where he finally gets to be Gambit, and not only Gambit, but Gambit in the MCU with the comic accurate costume as we've heard. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. If you're hyped for this kind of cameo, if you agree with me that it'll probably be short and one-off, and if you would want to see him in the future of Secret Wars as the Gambit character. Remember, we won't have one otherwise. I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. The next one will be the finale of Loki. It's just about a month and a half, 2 months away. Then we'll give away one right around Christmas for What If, and one for the Marvels in November. So the next 3 months, there will be PlayStation 5 giveaways. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires, hence the AKA at the beginning of the video. Stick around, guys. We'll be posting again real soon.